What is this? What is this? Oh, it's not. Is it attached to my head? What? I can't even. Ah, got it. No, I haven't. Okay, it's there. Really need to get my eyes tested. 25 weeks pregnant. What is happening? The last couple of weeks pregnancy wise have been mostly about feeling tired. It's hit me like a truck. And I don't mean sleepy tired so much. I sleep pretty well for somebody with 3 kids, but I mean like physical tiredness, like your limbs feeling heavy and your body feeling tired. That has definitely hit me this week, and I've been feeling a lot heavier and more just tired. I've had a couple of days over the last week or so where I've been on my feet a lot and doing a lot of things, and those are the days where I really feel it, obviously. And by the time the kids go to bed, I've just got nothing left. So Dan and I just tend to go to bed at the same time as the kids and watch TV in bed, which is really nice, and it's just what I need at the moment. So at 25 weeks, the baby is now the size of a papaya, which I say this, I always tell you what size the baby is according to fruit, but they all sound the same to me, like a papaya and a cantaloupe. Potato. Anyway, it's the size of a papaya, whatever size that may be. And it's 34 centimeters long, which is far more useful. It's a bit bigger than a ruler. I can visualize that. It's really cute actually, because Merrin asks fairly regularly, well they all do actually, fairly regularly what fruit the baby is this week. And she's really excited because as you get closer to the end of your pregnancy, they group the weeks together. So I think this week to 27 weeks is a papaya, and then it becomes a winter squash for a couple of weeks, and then it goes on like that in groups rather than it changing every single week. And I think the fact that there's only a few fruits left on the list until the baby is here is blowing her mind. She can't believe we're only like, she'll say, oh mummy, we're only like 3 fruits away from the end. And when the week that it becomes a watermelon, all hell's gonna break loose, because that is what she's waiting for, watermelon week. And I think that's week 38 to 40. So she may be looking forward to the baby in my belly being the size of a watermelon, but I would imagine by that point, I might be over the whole fruit analogy cuteness. We'll see. So aside from the tiredness, I really can't complain because I'm feeling really, really good. I feel really healthy and happy, and just I'm enjoying it. I'm so aware that this is my last pregnancy, and I say that with a smile because Dan was the other day saying, are we sure? Are we 100% sure? Because we talked about the possibility of him going for, you know, the snip after this baby, and that has always been the plan. After baby number 4 he would have the snip, and I don't know whether he's trying to put it off because now the eventuality of actually having the snip, it doesn't sound so appealing anymore because it's a bit closer in his mind. But yeah, he said the other day, are we 100% sure? We are 100% sure, but what kind of tangent have I gone off on? Where was I? Oh, talking about feeling really good and enjoying it because it is my last pregnancy. As far as I'm concerned, and I think deep down as far as he's concerned, it is going to be our last baby, so I am enjoying every single second of it, even when I feel exhausted. I keep reminding myself, you're so lucky that you're not really poorly with it, and so lucky to even be having another baby. I feel so fortunate, and I never for one split second take it for granted. But it is tough. It's not a walk in the park. It's not easy being pregnant and carrying a baby for 9 months, but I'm just trying to always look on the bright side when I'm having a really crap, achy day. Speaking of aches, the crotch pain is real this week, and I apologize if this is a bit too much information for you, but I had a little bit of it with baby number 2, definitely. Baby number 3, I noticed it far more, and this time around I think it's going to be the same. I've heard it called different things. Some people call it lightning crotch, and my midwife used to call it hot knives, I was trying to explain to her last time around what the pain was like, and she said, oh yeah, that sounds like hot knives to me. Sounds a bit scary. It's basically a really intense pressure in your bits that basically feels like your insides are gonna fall out. That sounds really dramatic and really scary, and it's not that bad, but it is a bit of a shock when you haven't had it before. Thankfully, I have experienced it before and I knew it would be coming at some point. So far, it has been minimal. I had it 2 days last week where I had definitely been on my feet a lot during the day and hadn't taken the time to kind of sit down and take the pressure off that area of my body. And I think the position the baby's lying in has a big effect as well. Some days the baby might not be lying that way and therefore you don't get it, and other days it happens to be particularly comfy, sat on top of your cervix, and therefore you get the pain. It doesn't last that long for me. I don't know about others. If I do sit down pretty soon after it starts, then it goes away just as quick. So that's just generally what I tend to do. It's not my favourite element of pregnancy, I have to say. One thing I found that helped last time around, and I must buy one, I keep forgetting and not getting around to it, is a bump support. And I think I mentioned this in my last video, just having that little bit of extra support. I don't know if it encourages the baby to be a little bit higher up, I don't know, I'm probably talking rubbish, but it seemed to help me last time, placebo or not. Another thing I've noticed in the last week or so is that I'm feeling a lot more breathless, and it's over the most ridiculous thing. It's not so much if I'm walking somewhere, it's more if I'm sitting. So right now, in between like sentences, I feel like I need to catch my breath, and I don't know if you can tell. I think I mentioned in my last update about feeling the baby higher up and lower down now at the same time. So obviously everything is becoming more squished and compact, and all my organs, my lungs and my everything else is kind of making room for the baby to grow. So that obviously explains the shortness of breath, plus the level of exercise I'm doing at the moment is pretty minimal. I've never been particularly fit in the first place, but I would say I am at rock bottom when it comes to fitness at the moment. I'm actually kicking myself a little bit because I did promise myself I would try and keep short workouts going throughout my pregnancy, and I've done 1 or 2 and felt much better for it when I do, that's the thing. But I haven't kept it going, and I feel like I'm getting to the point now where it's too late to even bother trying. I might as well just write it off until afterwards. I do walk, like on the weekends we go out for quite long family walks. In fact, I went for a 3-mile walk on Sunday, so that should be me sorted for at least a week. The last and possibly cutest thing that I've noticed in the last week or so about the baby is that it had hiccups for the first time. It is so cute. We went out on a date night a week or so ago to the cinema to watch Logan, which by the way is really, really good. And we'd been out for a meal beforehand, so it was quite full, and I could feel the baby kind of wriggling around whilst I was watching the movie. But then there was definite hiccuping going on the right, like the right hand side of my bump, and I could feel it for a good 10 minutes or more. I remember feeling this before in other pregnancies, and just it always makes me smile when I can feel the baby hiccup, and it's so different a feeling to a kick or a nudge that you pretty much know when it's a hiccup and when it's not. So that's it for my 25-week pregnancy update. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Not long left to go until I'm in my 3rd trimester, which is just bonkers. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.